Okay, let's unpack this. In today's incredibly fast-moving data world, simplicity isn't just, a luxury. It can be a genuine competitive edge.
Absolutely.
But here's the central question we're diving into today. When does that simplicity perfectly serve your strategic goals, and when might it, perhaps, subtly hold you back?
Mm.
If you're currently using or even just considering Stitch data for your analytics stack, this deep dive is definitely for you. We're going to help you pinpoint its precise strategic fit for your needs.
Right. So maybe just to set the stage a bit. Stitch data, it's now part of the larger Talend and Quillic ecosystem.
Yep.
And it's really earned its reputation as a go-to for fast, straightforward data extraction and loading, what we call ELT.
ELT, yeah.
Yeah.
Extract, load, transform.
Exactly. It's great at connecting to a whole range of common source tools, databases, and just efficiently moving that data right into your data warehouse.
Okay.
The core benefit really is letting your teams focus on the downstream transformation. It cuts down engineering overhead because it's designed to be lightweight and, frankly, fast.
But that's where the dilemma starts, right?
That's it. It's excellent for getting started for that initial setup. But as your organization's data maturity grows, the question pops up, is Stitch still the right strategic fit? Does it scale with your sophistication?
That's such a critical point. So let's dig into Stitch's core value then.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to really shine where speed, agility, and especially simplified operations are the top priorities.
Mm-hmm.
It's often called a managed cloud ELT tool. That sounds technical, but it basically means you offload the plumbing work, right?
Precisely. When we say managed, it really means you, the user, you don't have to worry about the underlying infrastructure. No server maintenance, no writing complex extraction scripts from scratch for most standard sources anyway.
Okay.
For the vast majority of common connectors, you can be up and running, like, remarkably quickly.
Wow.
And what's also strategically interesting, I think, is its support for the Singer open source specification.
Ah, Singer. Yeah.
Yeah. This is important because it aligns with that open source philosophy. Gives you flexibility, maybe reduces vendor lock-in. Plus, you can tap into a community for extra connectors or taps.
So you can extend it.
You can. You can even build your own for niche sources. But it's worth noting, custom taps do mean taking on some extra maintenance yourself.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So connecting that back to simplicity, these features seem to translate into some pretty compelling strategic strengths.
Definitely.
First, obviously, speed to insight, quick setup means faster access to data, quicker decisions. Second, that operational efficiency. You're essentially outsourcing a big chunk of that initial EL maintenance, frees up your people.
Absolutely.
And third, it sounds very developer-friendly. Clean UI, designed to let engineers focus on DBT, SQL, the transformation bit, not wrestling with pipelines, avoids that plumbing purgatory, as I sometimes call it.
That's a great phrase for it. But yeah, and here's the flip side. This simplicity, powerful as it is, also highlights where it starts hitting its limits.
Okay.
This raises an important question, doesn't it? When does streamline become, well, a constraint?
So where does it show?
Well, for instance, its connector library. It's good, but it isn't quite as deep or extensive as some competitors, like, say, Fivetran.
Gotcha. Fewer options maybe for less common tools.
Exactly. And crucially, there's no built-in transformation layer within Stitch itself.
Huh.
All that complex data manipulation, cleansing, modeling that happens downstream after the data's landed in your warehouse.
So you need strong downstream tools and skills.
You absolutely do. Which means for really complex use cases or dealing with tricky edge case APIs, think bespoke financial APIs, maybe unique real-time sensor feeds, or if you need serious enterprise scale customization, Stitch might just feel too basic, a bit restrictive. It's really optimized for focused EL, the extract and load. Its success in your stack really depends heavily on what you pair it with and honestly what you expect it to do across the entire data pipeline.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so how does this apply directly to you, the listener? Whether you're a data leader making those big architectural calls or an analytics pro working with the data day-to-day?
Good question. If you're a data leader, Stitch could be exactly the right call if, say, your main job is integrating data from common sauce apps, standard databases, the usual suspects.
Okay.
It's a fantastic fit if you already have strong DBT and SQL skills downstream in your team, ready to tackle all that transformation work.
So the team capability is key.
Absolutely. And if your goal is just a clean, fast ingestion layer without heavy platform overhead, Stitch fits that bill perfectly. Think like a fast-growing startup needing quick insights from CRM, marketing, sales data. Perfect. Their lean team focuses on analytics, not infrastructure. However, if your roadmap includes things like real-time streaming, or you need to integrate with really complex custom APIs, maybe a bank needing sub-second fraud detection from odd sources, or if you have really strict SLAs for data freshness, then you'll probably need to supplement Stitch. Or maybe look elsewhere entirely for tools built for those advanced needs.
Okay, so it's about matching the tool to the specific requirements, especially future ones.
Exactly.
And what about for the data engineers, the analytics professionals actually using these tools? It sounds like using Stitch sharpens a particular set of skills.
Oh, absolutely. If we connect this to the bigger picture, using a tool like Stitch, which deliberately focuses only on the EL part, it inherently forces you to build deep, really transferable skills.
How so?
Well, because the transformation doesn't happen in Stitch, you simply have to master data modeling. You have to become really good at SQL, get skilled with dbt for managing transformations, and develop strong data validation habits.
Because the tool doesn't do it for you.
Precisely. I've seen so many engineers come out of environments using Stitch, and they have incredibly robust dbt models because they had to build those muscles. These are super valuable skills, highly sought after, applicable across pretty much any modern data stack, no matter what ingestion tool you use later. It makes you a more adaptable data pro, you know?
That's a really interesting point. It forces a mastery of the fundamentals downstream.
Exactly.
So what does this all mean for your data stack then? Is Stitch the right fit? Maybe. It definitely could be.
Yeah.
If simplicity is a core strength you're actively looking for, and if you've got those robust downstream chops, meaning your team is solid with dbt, SQL, data modeling, ready to handle the transformation side.
Right, and that leaves us with maybe a final thought for you to chew on. The importance of picking tools that don't just simplify things now, but can also scale purposefully as your organization grows.
Thinking longer term.
Yeah. It challenges you, really, to look beyond the immediate easy button and think about the long-term architectural fit of every tech decision you make. Does it just solve today's problem, or does it set you up for tomorrow's?
That's a great challenge to leave folks with. Absolutely. So for you, whether you're that data leader weighing options or a data professional growing your career in this whole modern data stack world, we definitely recommend checking out resources like curatpartners.com. You'll find the full blog post that sparked this deep dive, plus expert guidance and even curated job opportunities where skills in Stitch, dbt, SQL, they aren't just nice to haves, they're truly essential.
Yeah, very valuable skills.
Definitely. Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We hope it gave you some valuable insights to consider for your own data journey.